Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk Wonder Woman and the Justice League. Of course, this here is Wonder Woman Rise of the Warrior. I'm just going to get into it, just play a little bit of the game, and then we're going to just roll on from there, right? So, what we're really going to do in this video is we're going to look at the different toy companies and how they actually display in San Diego Comic-Con the different comic book characters for the Justice League in the upcoming Justice League movie. Alright, so we're going to do that right now. I'm just messing around with Wonder Woman here at Rise of the Warrior. I'll leave the link in the description so you guys can check that out. Okay. Oh, there you go. Alright, let me just get this done here. Put up a life there. I kind of got pretty good at this game. I'm getting my combos. Oh, I'm bad. Alright, let me get out of here and let me go on to something else here. So, DC Collectibles. You've seen these before. This is Aquaman here. You see you got Batman. You got Cyborg. All of these are statues, DC Collectible statues. You got the Flash. You got Superman. They did not show Wonder Woman in this set. This was a new batch. They were just featuring, or they were featuring in the San Diego Comic Con. Of course, Wonder Woman was there. There was a whole display with her there. But you can see there. We also DC Collectibles also has the Wonder Woman line for Wonder Woman, and so you got all of those characters there as well. They also have Suicide Squad, etc., etc. But in this case, this is what is showcased here. San Diego Comic Con Mezco Toys 1/12 scale. They featured Aquaman. They didn't feature any others. We know that there's Wonder Woman in the Mezco toy line as well, but basically Aquaman's the guy, the one that was featured. So there's Aquaman and there's Aquaman again. Alright. In terms of Mattel really poured out a lot of material for us to see, and really it's very interesting the amount of characters and the amount of costuming we got. So there's a lot we are learning about the Justice League just from the Mattel figures. Of course, this is the Mattel Justice League multiverse set. Okay, and they really rolled out the carpet on this one. I just want to show you all the stuff that this was the big Justice League circular banner, and then they had a mother box, a big mother box out there, really cool. And then they had the Batmobile, and this Batmobile will be controlled by your phone. Basically, you'll be able to see virtual bullets and missiles and projectiles actually move out of the Batmobile when you're looking through your phone. So that's really going to be awesome. And I heard the exhaust also pushes out smoke as if it's, you know, lit on fire. You know, the exhaust, the fire thrusting exhaust of the Batmobile. So, and it actually revs with the, and the Gatling guns move with your steering wheel, and there's actually a Batman inside that Batmobile that actually steers the Batmobile and everything. So it's really awesome, and you can open the cockpit and look at it and stuff like that. So there's really a lot of lovely features to this Batmobile. Pity they didn't have the Batjet, and you know the Batwing from Batman v Superman. I wish I could see all those things. It's really cool. But anyway, this is very extensive. This is extensive. This multiverse set, and I'll show you how extensive it is. So let's look at this. We're just looking at this showcase here, this particular one, not this one on the side here. We'll go to that one in a minute, which has the Nightcrawler in it. You're going to see that in a minute, and you see it if you look below here or in front of this. You'll see that there's a Batjet there. They say it's a Flying Fox, but we'll get into all of that later. You saw some images of this already, but here's it up close. So you see Batman in his conventional bat costume. You see the 3 mother boxes. I believe this one's Earth. I think this one is Themyscira, the Amazons, and I think this one is Atlantia. I could be wrong. I could have mixed them up. This could be Earth and this could be Atlantia. But you see Cyborg with his, when he's transformed, and then you have the Flash. This is the Flash costume that you know about. Notice the belt line and all the detailing and the stuff to pull things together. Okay, this does kind of resemble Ezra Miller, by the way, and this kind of resembles Ben Affleck, which I thought was pretty cool. And this is sort of blue, bluish gray. It needs to be a little bit more blue though. Anyway, so you see here a Batman in his tactical suit. His tactical suit. And you see the Batmobile in the background. Really awesome. And then you see Wonder Woman here off to the side of Batman and Superman. Alright, and Superman kind of resembles Henry Cavill. Wonder Woman does not resemble Gal Gadot though, at all. Then you see Cyborg with his cybernetic hand here. Maybe we'll get a better view of him. There you go. And there you see how his life is there. And then you see Mira in the corner here. We get a better look at Mira. Look at her. Whoa, she's really fantastically arrayed and very elaborate in her armored suit. And you see her there controlling water. Really awesome. In the background you see Aquaman. Here's a better look at Aquaman here, all tattooed up. That's Arthur Curry. Okay, so that's one look at Aquaman. Then you have Aquaman in his suit, his regal suit, and you can see here the gold and the green. It looks more brown than gold here, but there you go. He's in his suit, and this is just one of two suits that he actually has, which is really cool. This does resemble Henry Cavill. And then we see one of the parademons. He has, seems, a weapon, a kind of gun or something. And this parademon has some weird looking wings. It's green. They're all green. So the parademon is all green. And we remember seeing this parademon on the car bonnet of Batman before Wonder Woman knocked the parademon off. So there are different kinds of parademons. And you'll see some different ones in a minute. This is the showcase next to that showcase there. There you see Superman flying off or something there. But you see Superman, you see Cyborg. Now he has two guns for hands. He's transformed his hands into guns. Look at the Flash's costume. You'll get a closer look at that in a minute. Here's another parademon, different type of parademon. You have another type of parademon up here and another type of parademon here. So there are different types of parademon. And if you look there, Aquaman seems to be in a different costume as well. So this is really awesome to look at. And then we're going to get a better look. Here's Wonder Woman here. There's Flash speeding off. But he's in a different costume, definitely a different costume to what he was before. You see Batman in the traditional Batman costume, kind of. Superman is there picking up something. He's probably going to hit something with it. And there's the parademon. He has a gun. You see Aquaman leaping in the background. You can see he's in a different costuming to what he was before. And this parademon we saw in the trailer when Batman picked up some sort of missile thing and tried to blow up that parademon. Huge parademon, by the way. And here's the other parademon up on top of here. Okay, so you have different kinds of parademon to do different tasks. They're kind of like ants or jets or whatever. Here's the Nightcrawler. Look at that. With two missiles there. And then you see Wonder Woman. She's leaping or flying in the air. Superman leaping and flying. We saw him before. And you see this is pretty close to that. The main showcase we saw before is Mira there. And you see here Cyborg. Now he has one cybernetic arm doing something, looks like a gun or something. And you see Aquaman in a different costume. That's the costume you saw him leaping at the parademon with. See, it's a totally different costume to the other costume that you saw with Aquaman. And you see here Cyborg has changed his arm again. And here you see the Flash in a totally different costume. You see there's no set of wiring and stuff, and look at his belt lines, a bit different. It looks like it has all these lightning bolts on it. So it's really cool. The Flash, therefore, he has different change in costuming. You see Wonder Woman up top. She even looks a little bit different to what she was looking like. Her boobs kind of look pinkish. Here looks a little bit different. Alright, Superman's even in a different costume. He had a different belt line, and now he seems to have something different as well. So maybe they're just giving different looks to the comic book characters. Here Batman is in a different suit as well. He's in his original suit. So that's all cool. So we get so much variety here of these figures. Alright, these are just dolls. I'll bypass that. Here's the big old Batmobile. So they had, Mattel said they were going to bring in the big Batmobile. There it is, life-size Batmobile. This is actually a Batmobile that may have been in the Justice League movie, which is really awesome. Okay, look at that thing. It's beautiful. Alright, so Mattel went all out with this stuff. Of course, there's more where there's the Batjet and the Batmobile coming out the Batjet. I showed you that one before. Now you have some more San Diego Comic-Con stuff. This is the Hot Toys San Diego Comic-Con. First of all, just look at these Hot Toys here. Look how beautiful they look. Alright, that's Aquaman right there. There's Superman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Batman again, and the Flash. So and you see the mother boxes as well. So you see, this is what I was telling you about. So you have this mother box here, which is the human mother box. Okay, so it's actually the darker one is the human. That's next to Batman and Cyborg. You got the Atlantean mother box, which is next to Wonder Woman, and then you have the not the Atlantean, sorry, the Themyscirian or Amazonian, and then you have the Atlantean, which is next to Aquaman. Man, Aquaman is such an impressive figure. Let's get into this one time. So we actually, Hot Toys have featured Wonder Woman. Here is Princess Diana Themyscira. Okay, so it's really awesome there. She has a different sword and shield. At certain points, she does resemble Diana. Like I said before, she needs to have the beak, and that would just make everything all right, but she doesn't have the beak. That's the only thing that's really missing here. Otherwise, she's good, you know. So at certain angles, you get it. Oh, this looks like Gal. Let me see if they got the beak. See, this looks like she has the beak. I know maybe she doesn't. Maybe it's just a lower lip that's looking that way. But her, like I said, with Prime One Studios got her, right? It's just this little beak thing here, and she is Gal Gadot. I'm telling you, it's that simple. So that's all they need to do. And they have a certain time before they air these figures and get them out to the public, so that they can tweak that and get it nailed down. Same thing for all their figures. They could actually do that before they deliver. Alright, from this angle it looks like she has a beak, but I know she doesn't. I've seen it already. I've seen the toy. From this angle she looks like she has a beak. That's all they need to do. Just get that lip to go down and up, and that's it. And when the mouth is open, the same thing. This is my favorite Batman figure. Out of all the figures, still it's the classical Batman that I like, with the short ears. That's the best Batman figure I like, actually. It's actually my favorite Batman figure of all time. Michael Keaton's Batman is awesome, but this Batman has much more movability and flexibility than Michael Keaton's Batman. If I were to buy a Hot Toy Batman, it would be that one. And it looks like Ben Affleck as well. And it just looks so badass. Alright, so here you go. There's the Superman, Justice League again, all together here. Really awesome. Here's Henry Cavill's Superman, looking really impressive. They're talking about how the costuming, the uniform is brighter. That is true. Man of Steel's costume is actually brighter than Batman v Superman's costume, which was richer and deeper blue. And then this one's now brighter. And that should be because Superman's coming back. We all know that. Now, I don't know if Superman will actually be wearing this costume or if he will be wearing the black and silver costume. I don't know if he'll be coming back with a mullet. I don't know what Superman will look like, but I know he's going to be inspirational and it's going to be great. When that moment comes where Superman appears, it's going to be awesome. I think some people are going to cry. Yeah, so that's Superman right there. And the only thing I have a fault with the Superman head, it should really have had an extra sculpt with him relaxed and almost smiling. He didn't have to smile, but I mean relax, because Superman's coming back to give hope, and yes, he's got to face a really serious challenge in Steppenwolf and his armies. And there's so much about the parademons just to start with that I know Justice League is going to feature, and we're going to know about all these different parademons. So this is going to be awesome. And the other thing that's going to be awesome is seeing how much of a threat Steppenwolf is. We just saw in the trailer, he drops that axe down, that electric axe, that energy axe. And basically, how we saw in Batman v Superman the Omega symbol with fire on it? Like, Steppenwolf's like from hell, man. He hits that battle axe into the ground and it's just fire flies from his axe. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Ares, but Ares wasn't able to do that. He didn't have that kind of power over fire and stuff. He could withstand fire, but so it's interesting because we saw Wonder Woman, so when we see Wonder Woman push back Steppenwolf in the trailer, which is really cool, we know that she's done this before because we saw her fight Ares. The only thing is, I hope that Steppenwolf doesn't move so kind of funny, like how Ares at certain points didn't move quite flushly, didn't move quite like a normal human being. There's a lot of times he moved like a human, but there's times again when he didn't move human-like. So I'm hoping they get it right with Steppenwolf, because Steppenwolf sounds awesome. He looks awesome from what we've seen. Hopefully his face is not crappy. You know, it looks like Steppenwolf's face and moves and talks like Steppenwolf's face. I do believe, now from what I noticed, it seems as though Steppenwolf and Darkseid's forces are underground, in this underground shaft, right? And they form this big, sort of almost apocalyptic looking place. Steppenwolf has come from Apocalypse, more than likely, when he passes through the boom tube, which we see the mother box is cracked open, and Steppenwolf comes through the boom tube via the mother box opening it, right? How that happened, I don't know. But the point is, I do believe we're going to see Steppenwolf at some point in Apocalypse, corresponding with Darkseid. He has to, because they have to have a reason for coming to Earth, right? And so I'm looking forward to seeing that. And I know Lex Luthor has some role to play in this whole movie. There's a lot about this movie we don't know, but we know for a fact Lex Luthor knows that the bell has already been rung. And that could be because Superman sort of sent that signal out there, or it could be because Lex Luthor, realizing and learning about these things, sent the signal out there. Okay? It could be multiple things. But what I can tell you is Lex Luthor's up to speed with that. So the threat, as we all know, was going to be a lot bigger, and Lex Luthor has something to do with that threat. And Lex Luthor has something to do with this story. So I don't know how it ties into Lex Luthor, but I do know I'm excited to see it, right? So yeah, here's Wonder Woman. Again, all you just need is that little beak, and that's it. Wonder Woman is beautiful. You got the Flash. You know it's not completed because his eyes and his face not fully done, but still looks the likeness of Ezra Miller, which was really awesome. They still have some work to do with Ray Fisher's face. This does not look like Ray Fisher. You need to lighten up the face a bit. It's too dark, and to Ray Fisher's mouth, I already explained all of this. But Cyborg looks so awesome. He looks really awesome. Alright? And there's another Flash costume, so I'm looking forward to that. Look at this. Look at this thing. Oh my gosh. Oh. And then we have Batman. This costume, I like it. Don't get me wrong. When I see Ben Affleck with it in the movie, it looks awesome. I just think it needs to be a little bit more blue. Just my personal opinion. And also, the other thing about it is, it looks good. It looks good. I still like the classical first one from BVS, but this one looks good as well. And I just want to see how it functions and everything, and I'll buy into it. Which I already buy into it when I see Ben Affleck wearing it, but I just want to see how it really looks. And this is the tactical suit, not to be confused with the mech suit that we saw in BVS. And this one's, of course, a lot more flexible, and it's a much more agility you can have. It's not as heavy and cumbersome, but I guess it has the same amount of protection that the mech suit from Batman v Superman has. So yeah, and Batman will need that because he's going up against parademons, and Batman cannot handle a whole ton of parademons. He cannot do that. You see how Aquaman's chewing them up for breakfast? Batman can't handle that. And Wonder Woman, she's on a whole other level, but even so, she can be overwhelmed as well. So, it is what it is. So there's the tactical suit of Batman. Really looks awesome. This particular, though, angle here, this does not look like Ben Affleck in it. Again, just the separation between the nose guard and the mouth is too much. So they have to kind of lower that down so it looks like Ben. But for the most part, it looks like Ben. I've seen certain angles where it really works. There's Cyborg again. That looks like Ben right there. Alright, they still haven't gotten Ben's grimace though. They need to get Ben's grimace. This is Aquaman. This is one of my favorite Justice League action figures, really, to be honest with you. This one, it doesn't quite capture Jason Momoa, but it's still so impressive. Aquaman is just such an impressive figure. And then we have also the mech suit Batman, who has been damaged by Superman when he punched him, knocked him across the room. even though you hit him with kryptonite gas, and you got the kryptonite spear as well. Now, some people feel they're robbed of this. I can understand why you would think so, but I really personally feel that oh my gosh, it's almost 12 o'clock. Yeah, I actually believe that the kryptonite spear is awesome, okay? And I wish it had come with the other figure, but I think Hot Toys was working on this for a while, and you can't get a figure where you have to replace the whole top of the figure and the headpiece. So, you know, it is what it is. And I know we are very demanding as fans, but I hope that they sell at least the kryptonite spear separately for those people who already have the other mech suit Batman. That's what they should do. Sell the kryptonite spear separately, Hot Toys, so that the people with the mech suit Batman can get that. And the other thing they should do is, if they can, try and get a separate head sculpt of Ben Affleck to add to the Hot Toy figures, whether it's the mechs, not the mech suit, but the standard classical suit of Batman, and even these Justice League versions, just to get the head sculpt to the people. That would be awesome. So we have a Ben Affleck head sculpt, because this head sculpt here is beautiful, and I have already featured this in another video. Okay, I want to skip all of this because this is not relevant to Justice League. And then there is, of course, in Justice League, the final thing I think I have here to show you guys. Actually, some stuff with Wonder Woman too I want to show you. Is this Batmobile. Oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful Batmobile. The only thing I have a fault with is they put the classical Batman in there when they should have put the tactical Batman in there, or the Batman from Justice League that should fit in there. That's the Batman that should really be in there. But oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful, beautiful piece. This is almost my favorite Batmobile. Alright, the BVS and Justice League Batmobile is almost my favorite Batmobile. It's much sportier than the Michael Keaton Batmobile, but the Michael Keaton Batmobile has such a flair to it. I don't care if it's the 1989 or 1992, but yes, I love this. This is my second best Batmobile of all time. My first best Batmobile is still the Michael Keaton Batmobile, but by a smidge, because this Batmobile performs better. It's better. It's all terrain. It's like a tank. But just the pizzazz of the Tim Burton Batmobile. You know, Tim Burton really is the standard to reach to really talk about Batman. Okay, in terms of the Batman uniform, Ben Affleck and Zack Snyder, they designed it the best Batman costume you could ever have. Okay, that BVS Batman suit is incredible. Okay, the BVS mech suit is awesome. Okay, so if I were to rank these Batman suit in order, I would say that the BVS classical Batman suit is my favorite Batman suit of all time. It's better than Michael Keaton's Batman suit, only because Michael Keaton's still a small Batman. But Ben Affleck's Batman is what I think of Batman. When I think of Batman, the animated cartoon, that's the Batman I think of. When I think of Batman, the video game, that's the Batman I think of. When I think of Batman in the comics, that's the Batman I think of. Okay, a Herculean, huge guy who can brutalize people with his punches and his fighting, but yet at the same time he's so light of feet. He's like a cat. He's like a bat. He disappears, appears. He fits into places you don't expect him to. That's the Batman I think of. Anytime I think of Batman, that's the quintessential Batman as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so. But when you talk about the Batmobile, I do believe I think of Michael Keaton's Batmobile for some reason. The Batmobile from 1989 and 1992. It's really ridiculous because it's kind of outdated, but it just has a sleek appearance. I don't really think about the Zack Snyder Batmobile. Nonetheless, the Zack Snyder Batmobile is the best Batmobile in terms of performance, in terms of just how it moves and functions. It is the best Batmobile of them all. But in terms of when you think of Batman and the lore of Batman, it's not the one that I first think about, to be honest with you. All right, but it's better than the Tumbler. I mean, the Tumbler, I just don't think of the Tumbler at all. So and all the others, the Schumacher Batmobiles, I'm really not into those. All right, they're too extravagant and too fluorescently. It attracts too much attention. And the Batmobile was never there to. It's sleek, it's quiet. it's like a cat in the night. You know what I'm saying? Like Catwoman. I don't mean Catwoman, but it's like a bat in the night. It's just there. This Batmobile is very loud, but in the movie it's not very loud, right? It's just kind of cruising and stuff. It's got the stealth mode and everything. So I like this Batmobile. I really like it a lot. I like that. Oh, it's like the Arkham Knight Batmobile. It really reminds me of the Arkham Knight Batmobile. So this one's closer to the Arkham Knight video game Batmobile versus, say, the Michael Keaton Batmobile. So it depends on what category you're talking about, but I really love this Batmobile. Alright, so that's basically it there. There should be some Wonder Woman figures, though. There should be some Wonder Woman figures. Okay, here we are. So I left out this. Oh, no, I didn't. This is such a beautiful figure. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, my gosh. I think they got her beak. If you just get the beak, folks, that's Gal, man. And it's over. It's over, you know. Oh, well. So we're moving to Kotobukiya. And Kotobukiya also has a Justice League lineup. And look how impressive they look here. And here, let's see if we can find, I think there's somewhere. I believe we got Supergirls here as well. Okay, here's the lineup right here. So look at them there. It's kind of smaller. Can't do anything much about that, and we're gonna see them up close. So this is Aquaman. It looks a little bit different to Aquaman. Kind of looks like Jason Momoa. It's I believe it's a movable figure, or it's a statue. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. Here's Batman. Again, it kind of looks a little wacky. You know, he kind of looks a little fat, and the face is a little plucky, but it is what it is. Got Wonder Woman. Kind of resembles Gal Gadot. Kind of does. Kotobukiya did a really excellent statue with Gal Gadot for Wonder Woman, so you know that one was off the charts. This does look like Henry Cavill from afar. I don't know if it's exactly like that. And then we have Ray Fisher. This looks a little bit like Ray Fisher. Again, the complexion. They got the complexion of Ray. That was excellently done. But the face, again, maybe these figures are a little too small. So, and this does look like Ezra Miller. So that's pretty awesome. And here they all are. So Kotobukiya, baby. Kotobukiya doing their thing. You know, getting closer and closer. This is Medicom Mafex figures. This absolutely looks like Ezra Miller here. And let's have a look at the figures here. So there you go, the Justice League figures. I think almost all of them are Justice League figures, which is pretty awesome. So here we have, ooh, this looks daunting. Look at that thing. Oh, all right. These are action figures, obviously. So here is Aquaman. His color coding is not exactly the color coding we come to expect, but it's still awesome. Here's Wonder Woman. They still have to do something about the head sculpt on this thing, but it really looks badass. And this definitely looks like Ezra Miller. Oh my gosh. But again, I'm seeing it from pretty far out though. And this here is Cyborg. I can't really see his face, so I can't really tell you. There's Ezra Miller again. There's Wonder Woman. Aquaman. This probably is the greatest likeness to Jason Momoa. So, you know, it's pretty awesome. You can't really see Cyborg, it's too shiny. So I can't really tell you. But that does look like Ezra Miller right there. Cyborg again. Aquaman. Wonder Woman. Superman. I can't see the face though. Not really seeing the face. And we have some Suicide Squad stuff going on there. Some more Aquaman. And just keep on moving through the characters here. Alright. So that's Medicom. So yeah, there you go. So you have, as you can see, a ton of figures with the Justice League and all these different brands. And of course I just showed you Wonder Woman. Of course the game kind of ended because I moved away, but 8,375 is my score. I got way past that. I got to 200 something, 300 something in the game. I got through like 30 something trenches. It's really cool, and I'll leave the link in the link section below. Anyway guys, it's 12:01 in the morning. I need to go to sleep, but I just was so excited about talking about Justice League with you guys. I just had to do this. There's a couple other things I want to say, so maybe I'll do it in the next video. Yes, I will still break down the trailer for Justice League, but I'll have to do that probably another day. Alright? On that note, you guys have a great one.